194 days until we're back in Africa. How do you build a cycling community where we sponsor first, help people get recognition on a big platform? I grow the platform, find great cyclists, share their story, share their mission, share their why, with a hope to get them into sponsorship, get them into bigger deals. And in 194 days' time, we're taking on the Namibian Desert Dash as a team, as a collective, focused around the individual that's going to thrive on the dash. The reason I want to share this is because a lot of people have been commenting saying they could do it, and they're telling me their times, they're telling me how good they are, how quick they are, how much they want it. But what I had never factored in is not only the heat, but the terrain difference, the altitude difference, all of the factors that come into it. But the biggest oversight of mine wasn't my training or my fitness or the equipment or the environment. The biggest difference was me. And I was carrying such an ego, such a need to please, such a need to validate, such a need to be right, such a need to seem like the good guy, seem like the great guy that could do these kind of events, that I didn't stop to ask, who is it going to demand of me that I need to become? And how we're going to select the individuals that come on this journey with us is going to be several questions, but the most important one is going to be, why do you want to do this, right? And it's not to say that you have to have a story of adversity. It's not to say you have to have been through struggle. It's not to say that you need to have battle wounds and you've really been through some stuff. It's going to be around your mindset as to what you want out of it. The dash will offer you that. Sign up on the 1st of June, or if this is past the 1st of June, see if they've still got entry and openings for it. Sign up. Manny at Manny's Bike Maker, if you need a bike, you can rent a bike off of him, right? And go and sign up and do it. What this challenge is for, or who this challenge is for the individual that's done really hard things in isolation, but they are now super curious of how far they could go in a group. When you can lean on other perspectives, when you can lean on your person to your left or your right at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 in the afternoon or whatever it is, whatever you need, you know how to lean. The person that goes in thinking it's about ego, thinking it's about them, thinking it's about how fast can you do it. But this challenge is for those that want to build a team around them. They want to build a group of people around them that see the work they're putting in, that acknowledge the work they're putting in, and go on a journey together. My obligation, outside of safety and getting everybody home again, is to make sure I build a group where we don't falter on that. If I have one individual that pushes through and they drive the pack faster, or they ask why aren't we going at a certain pace, or they push too much, or they're too demanding of the group as a whole, it could bring everybody up, but 9 times out of 10, it dampens the mood, it dampens the experience. What we need is a team that move through the night together. And here's why. Before I started, Leander, the organizer of the dash, him and I were chatting, and he said to me, you know, Alex, about 40%, I think these are the numbers, about 40% of people pull out by the first checkpoint, which is 98k. And the reason is they take off, they go hell for leather as they normally do, but then the tarmac runs out at about 12k and you're onto gravel roads, right? You run out of water and you're pushing hard to get to that first checkpoint. And you know it's at 98k because you get a map of the route. And then to get out of the first checkpoint, the climb out and up is just disgustingly steep, straight up out of a valley. So your legs are cooked going into it, you rest, you don't stretch, and then you try and get out again. And 40% of people scrap, turn around and go back. And that's what I don't want those situations. What I'm trying to do is set up a team, set up a way of doing this where everybody starts and they get to the end. And the only way we can do that, the only way I know that we can do that, is that you have to remove ego as much as you can. You have to be doing it for something bigger than ego, for something bigger than yourself. The only reason I finished the dash last time is because when I saw Roland in the water station and saw how willing he was to get back on the bike, I couldn't let him down. If you want to do really, really well, that's how you have to approach the dash, is with that mentality. It's that with that tenacity. That idea of, I am going to push, I am going to train hard, I am going to do very well, but it's not for me. It's for the team to my left, the team to my right. And that's what we want to build initially. That's what this whole thing is about, is how do we sponsor potential of people that are willing to do really hard things. My job is to build the platform, get the bigger brands, build this thing over time. Your job as the community is to come in and just answer that one question and be super curious about who you want to become during this journey. It's going to be fun. This is going to be a wicked year. Watch how far we go. This is going to be mental. Mega. Cool. 194 days, documenting the journey of how do you build a cycling journey, or cycling brand, sorry. I hear you. I read the comments. I read the messages. Thank you for all reaching out. Amazing. God bless you all. See you soon.